You're 32 years old. You've got maybe $15,000 saved. And you're wondering, am I behind? Here's the thing. Everyone wants to know if they're on track. Everyone wants to know, at my age, where should I be? But nobody wants to tell you the actual numbers because, well, the truth is uncomfortable. So today, I'm going to show you exactly when most people hit $100,000, $500,000, and $1 million in net worth. Not what the internet says, not what some motivational guru claims, the actual data. And I'm warning you now, some of this is gonna sting. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wealth Context. If you're new here, this is where we break down real money principles without the BS. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. It actually helps the algorithm push this to more people who need it. Alright, so let's talk about net worth milestones. And look, I need to be clear about something right off the bat. These numbers are averages and medians from Federal Reserve data, census reports, and financial surveys. Your situation is different. Your timeline is different. But understanding where most people actually are, that gives you context. That's why this channel is called Wealth Context. So let's get into it. The $100,000 milestone. When do most people hit $100,000 net worth? According to the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, the median net worth for Americans doesn't hit $100,000 until around age 35 to 40. Let me say that again. The median, meaning half of people have less, doesn't reach six figures in net worth until their late 30s. But here's where it gets interesting. The average is much higher, around age 30 to 35. Why the difference? Because averages get skewed by the ultra-wealthy. A few people in their 20s with huge net worths pull the average down. But the median? That's the middle. That's most people. What does $100,000 net worth actually mean? Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what counts as net worth? Net worth is simple. Everything you own minus everything you owe. So if you've got $30,000 in savings, $80,000 in retirement accounts, a car worth $15,000, but you owe $25,000 in student loans, your net worth is $100,000. You hit the milestone. But here's the problem most people run into. Debt destroys this number. If you've got a $300,000 mortgage and a house worth $320,000, you only have $20,000 in equity. The house doesn't help you as much as you think. Why does it take until your 30s? Look, there's a reason most people don't hit $100,000 until their mid to late 30s. In your 20s, you're fighting. Student loan debt. Average is $30,000 to $40,000. Low starting salaries. No financial habits built yet. Lifestyle inflation as you start earning more. Maybe a car loan, maybe credit card debt. So even if you're saving $5,000 or $10,000 a year, you're also paying down debt. Your net worth is barely moving. But by your mid-30s, things shift. You've been working 10 to 15 years. Your income is higher. Some of that debt is gone. Maybe you've been contributing to a 401k that's finally showing real growth. That's when the $100,000 milestone happens for most people. If you're behind, now, if you're 35 and you're not at $100,000 net worth, here's what you need to hear. You're not alone. About half of people your age aren't there either. But you need to figure out why. Is it debt? Is it income? Is it spending? Because the gap between where you are and where you need to be only gets wider if you don't fix the problem now. The $500,000 milestone. When do most people hit $500,000? This is where things get brutal. According to the data, the median American doesn't hit $500,000 in net worth until around age 55 to 60. Let me repeat that. Most people don't reach $500,000 in net worth until they're nearing retirement. The average is a bit earlier, around 50 to 55. But again, that's skewed by people who built wealth aggressively in their 30s and 40s. Why does it take so long? Here's the thing. Getting from $100,000 to $500,000 is hard. It's not 5 times harder than getting to $100,000. It's harder than that. And here's why. Life gets expensive in your 40s and 50s. You might have kids, childcare, college savings, extracurriculars. Bigger house, bigger mortgage. Aging parents who need help. Healthcare costs start creeping up. Maybe a divorce, which statistically cuts your net worth in half. So even though you're earning more in your 40s and 50s than you ever did, your expenses are also at their peak. That's why progress slows down. The math that makes it possible. But let's talk about how people do get there, because it's not magic, it's math. Let's say you hit $100,000 at age 35. You're contributing $15,000 a year to retirement accounts and taxable investments. And let's say you get an average 8% return. By age 50, you're at around $450,000 to $500,000. That's 15 years of consistent saving and investing. But here's the key. Most people don't save $15,000 a year. The average American saves closer to $5,000 to $8,000. And that's why it takes until 55 or 60 to hit $500,000. The real problem. The real issue is this. If you hit $500,000 at age 58, you're supposed to retire at 65. That gives you 7 years to turn $500,000 into enough money to live on for 20 or 30 years. And that's tight. That's why hitting $500,000 earlier, in your late 40s or early 50s, makes such a massive difference. It gives compounding more time to work. The $1 million milestone. When do most people hit $1 million? All right, here's where it gets really uncomfortable. The median American never hits $1 million in net worth. Let me say that again. Most people never get there. Now, for people who do reach $1 million, the average age is around 60 to 65. Some hit it in their late 50s. Some not until their late 60s. But the median person? They retire without ever seeing 7 figures. Why so few people get there? Look, hitting $1 million isn't about luck. It's about decisions. And most people make decisions that prevent them from ever reaching it. Here's what stops people. 1. They start too late. If you don't start investing seriously until your 40s, you've lost 15 to 20 years of compounding. That's the difference between $1 million and $300,000. 2. They don't save enough. Saving 5% of your income isn't going to cut it. You need to be saving 15%, 20%, 25% if you want to hit 7 figures. 3. They pull money out. Every time you cash out a retirement account early, every time you stop investing during a downturn, you're resetting your progress. 4. Lifestyle inflation. Every raise gets absorbed into a bigger house, a nicer car, better vacations. The gap between income and expenses never widens. 5. They don't invest. Keeping money in a savings account at 1% interest? You'll never hit $1 million. Inflation will eat you alive. The math of getting to $1 million. Let's do some quick math. If you want to hit $1 million by age 60 and you start at age 30, here's what you need. If you're investing $500 per month with an 8% average return, you'll have about $745,000 at age 60. Not quite there. If you're investing $750 per month, you'll have about $1.1 million. That's it. That's the number. $750 a month for 30 years with consistent 8% returns. That gets you to $1 million. But here's the problem. Most people can't or won't do that. They can't afford $750 per month. Or they start at 40 instead of 30. Or they panic and sell during a crash. Or they take the money out for a down payment on a house. What $1 million actually means today. Now, here's the other uncomfortable truth. $1 million isn't what it used to be. With inflation, $1 million today has the buying power of about $600,000 from 20 years ago. It's still significant. It's still life-changing. But it's not never-work-again money like people think. Using the 4% rule, $1 million gives you $40,000 a year in retirement. That's comfortable if you're debt-free and your house is paid off. But if you've still got a mortgage or you're living in a high-cost area, it's tight. So yeah, $1 million is a huge milestone, but it's not the finish line. It's more like the starting line for real financial security. The brutal reality check. Here's what nobody wants to admit. Most people are way behind where they think they should be. You look around and everyone seems like they're doing fine. Nice cars, nice houses, vacations on Instagram. But behind the scenes, most of them are broke. Most of them have massive debt. Most of them are one layoff away from disaster. The data backs this up. The median net worth for someone in their 30s is about $45,000. In their 40s, it's around $135,000. In their 50s, around $250,000. And in their 60s, around $410,000. Those numbers are way lower than what people think they should be. But that's reality. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm so far behind, yeah, maybe you are. But so is almost everyone else. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Look, these milestones, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, they're not magic. They're just markers. But they matter because they show you whether you're building wealth or just surviving. If you're 25 and you've got $10,000 saved, you're ahead of most people. If you're 45 and you're at $200,000, you're ahead of most people. But if you're 55 with $50,000, you've got a problem. The good news is, it's never too late to start. But the longer you wait, the harder it gets. So here's my challenge. Figure out where you are right now. Look at your net worth. Compare it to these milestones. And then decide if you're okay with your trajectory or if you need to make some changes. If this video helped, smash that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment and let me know. What's your age and where are you at with these milestones? I'll see you in the next one.